Hello everyone, I'm Steve Sheldon and welcome to my airplane factory, such as it is. And let's talk about something today. I'm working on the rudder of my Vans RV9. I'm sorry, RV8. I'll get the number straight one of these days. Anyway, it's an RV8, but I'm sure that others have the same sort of question about the stiffeners in these rudders here. The directions are pretty straightforward on a lot of things, but I had some questions about the stiffeners that go in here that I thought other people might have a similar question. I wasn't able to find anything online to address this. What happens is you wind up getting the stiffeners come in longer pieces than this. They're like 3 times as long as this, and you have to cut them to size. And the way they're cut to size, once you pull the plastic off of them, is there's going to be this little mark cut in here, and so you want to cut them up to, and there'll be like a little notch here and a notch here, but you can cut these to size right at that, and then you'll have all these to work with, cut to the proper length at least, or roughly to the proper length. But then the question becomes 2 things: one, where do they go? And number 2, especially bedeviling me, was which end of these things gets tapered off. So here's what I did. The first thing is I labeled where each one of these things has to go. This is going to be the A, the B, the C, D. There's an E, F, G, and H goes along here, and they're all a little bit shorter than the next one. And then the next thing I did was I counted off the number of holes that are in the skin of the rudder itself. And in the A there are 16, and I labeled this like this, and you should too. In B there's 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and the top one, H, is at 9 holes. So then you can take your rough cut stiffeners and place them about where they need to be. And so there's going to be, when we do this, there's going to be, if you look closely at the planes, you'll see that there's going to be one that's going to be up like this, and one that's going to be down like this, so that when it gets closed back in again, it'll match up without interference. So the next thing becomes, so how am I going to cut the what do you call it? It's going to be slanting in like this. How this gets sloped in. So what you do is, once you got these all laying here in the right orientation like this, you say to yourself, okay, there's a notch that's going to be like right here. That will go right here. That'll go toward the front, the bottom there. And this one here, I've already indicated that one. So I've from there's only one notch that's in the middle here. And so that will go up toward the front like that at an angle. So you want to mark that with a felt tip pen, and then a felt tip marker. And then on the back, this is going to be, some of them need to be recut like this, and some of them will naturally be cut like this when you cut them. And so that notch to that big notch, and then to this little notch here, so they'll wind up with a tapered back end like this one is. Okay. And another thing that I found after making mistakes on several is that the best thing you can do when you're cutting these things is, let's see, where's the one that's marked? This one's marked. Okay. So what you want to do is get your left-handed snip and start from this little notch here, working toward the end rather than the other way around, because what happens here is you'll have your waist on your left side, and it just seems to be easier to keep that straight if you start with the left. It's a little bit unhandy at first, but if you go slow at it, you'll wind up with a pretty accurate looking cut, and you won't have to be wondering if you're busting new parts or not. Just thought you might like that. See you later. Bye. Good luck with your project.